Hello friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Amanda. I'm a registered dietitian as well as a yoga teacher, but dietitian is what we are going to be focusing on today, and it's what we've been focusing on for a couple of the past videos. If you missed them, go ahead and check them out. My voice is still kind of like raspy because I just woke up. Well, it's like early morning time. So today's video is just going to be really quick, answering a question that a lot of you have been asking me, even though I feel like I've gone over it before in a couple FAQs, piled up on a bunch of like other questions. Now I feel like this might be useful if you're just like indexing my videos and trying to find answers. So I might go over those same questions again and like re-answer frequently asked questions, but in shorter segments, if you know what I mean. This question isn't so much about being a dietitian, it's more about the RD license itself. So someone asked, I have this piece of paper, can you be an RD if you already have a different degree? Like some people have majored in philosophy, some people graduated in business, some people have graduated in some other type of science, but they still want to be a registered dietitian. And the answer is yes, absolutely you can be a registered dietitian and you don't have to do a bachelor's degree in nutrition. My roommate actually, well my ex-roommate now, she was a bachelor's of science in kinesiology and she wanted to become a dietitian. Also, one of my coworkers got their bachelor's in teaching, like she became a teacher first and then she realized that she didn't want to do that. She traveled the world a little bit and she's like, I think I want to be a dietitian. So what both of them did was they entered a master's program in nutrition and dietetics that is accredited by ACEND, ACEND, which is the accrediting body of the nutrition and dietetics people. So they entered a master's program that is accredited by ACEND, and the way to check these is if you are in the United States, but I feel like if you're not in the United States, the steps should be similar. But in the United States, it's with Eat Right Pro, and you'll find a page that has a search engine filter. There you can find classes for like only graduate or higher filter, and then you'll look for that, and then you can choose a state, but if you don't, then it just shows you all of the states in the United States that are available. And from there, I would highly recommend you get in touch with their counselor, ask them about the kind of prerequisites that you need. I will be honest, if you come from a non-science background, you are going to have to go to school to get those prerequisites. One of the dietitians who trained me actually told me that she was working in a corporate like business job for like 10 years and she didn't want to do it anymore, and she was like, you know, I want to go back to school to be a dietitian. So she did go through all those prerequisites. She told me that it was like one of the hardest things she's done, but it's so worth it because she loves her job, and I can tell because she's an incredible teacher. I asked her to pin me as a dietitian when I was graduating. So if this is really the choice that you want to make and something you want to try because you feel like you'd enjoy it more, I'd highly recommend just going into it and being courageous. If you're feeling hopeless because you think it's too late, it's not too late. She went back to school I think when she was 40, so you got time. And in our program, when I was going through my undergrad, there were like moms. If you want to go back to school to be a dietitian, I highly recommend it. And I'm saying this as a very biased dietitian who loves her job. Anyway, I hope that answers that question and gives you guys a little bit of relief. The next question is kind of similar, but it's like flip-flopped. So they wanted to know, say you are a dietitian already, what if I don't want to be a dietitian? And that is totally okay. That's something that I am planning on doing as well. I don't see myself being a dietitian only long term. Eventually I want to go back to school and become a physician, whether I want to be a doctor of osteopathic medicine or a doctor of medicine, an MD. Even a naturopathic doctor is something that I'm very open to, but for now I kind of want to keep all of my doors open as I'm getting my clinical experience. Now, if you want to become a PA, an NP, PT, or doctor of physical therapy, or like a psychiatrist, the doors are open there. They're available for you to go through. I feel like if you're going into the healthcare field as a dietitian, you get a more broad view of the whole healthcare team, especially working in the hospital. Teaches you a lot about having to work with other people and getting their information, and it really makes me appreciate, honestly, like the speech language pathologists, the physical therapists, the nurses, the doctors. I believe that it's going to be a great experience for me in the future. As a healthcare team, you want to make the whole picture of the patient as clear as possible to give them the most proper care that they need. But also say you want to do something else and you want to go into like business as a dietitian. Like I mentioned in my other video, which is kind of why I wanted to do this topic, because it kind of piggybacks on like salary and what you can do as a dietitian. There are so many things that you can do as a dietitian because the schooling that we get kind of leads you there. If you want to do business, cool. If you want to do your own like clinic, cool. If you want to work in schools, if you want to work for a business, you can do that all as a dietitian as well. So I wouldn't ever feel discouraged if I want to do something else outside of clinical dietetics or even counseling people. So anyway, to go back to like my path, yes, I do want to become a doctor still. A lot of you keep asking me that question and I'm like on the road to it. Right now I'm just taking a break. I'm going to go back in for my prerequisites very soon, and then I'm gonna go study for, take my MCAT, then apply to med school. So I guess you guys will be able to see that along the way. So that's pretty much the video for this week. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any more questions, maybe if they're like basic questions but you'd like to see them answered, make sure you leave them in the comments below. I see all of them and I write down your recommendations just like I did on this piece of paper. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, noon, day, or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye!